This video will cover Facebook advertisements. Facebook ads have their strengths and their weaknesses, but they can be an effective aspect of an online marketing mix. So to get started, you want to head over to www.facebook.com/advertising. Once you're there, click on Create an Ad. Alright, so in this first page, you're actually going to create an example ad. And so this is, not create an example ad. This is where you actually create the creative, the actual ad. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to create just an example ad. I don't want to get into the strategy of how to write the creative too much. That's a whole nother can of worms. So first of all, you want to type in your destination URL. And this is the web page that users will be brought to when they click on the ad, which is of course the whole point. Or I guess half the point, because half the point is for them to see the ad, and at least that'll give you some exposure. So you want to type in whatever destination you want the user to be brought to when they click on the ad. Let's say, for example, smartersocialmedia.com. Here you write in the title of the ad, and that's this copy here. That's usually the first thing people will see. 25 characters are not many at all, so you have to be pretty economic here. Example advertise, or example Facebook ad. I couldn't even get advertisement in there. So yeah, it's not a whole lot of characters for you to work with there, so you got to be really concise. The body text allows you 135 characters, so you can usually fit in a couple sentences, a few sentences even. Usually want to be pretty informative. It's not really this. It's very different from a traditional print ad, where you can be creative and playful. In a Facebook ad, you need to really get the point across. For example, here's a Mafia Wars ad. Bored? Kill some time. Join millions of others your friends have. Show them who's boss. Click here to play Mafia Wars. So this is an example ad. This is the space where the main copy goes. I have a few more characters left. I can fit about 3 sentences here. And here gets cut off. So that's about how much space you have. You can also choose a file to upload. For example, let's just choose whatever happens to be on my desktop. I have a picture of Lake Tahoe. Upload the photo. Just give it a sec, and it'll appear in the middle here between the title text and the copy. So there you go. That's how you create the creative for a Facebook ad. So it's tough business. You gotta be really concise. There is not much room for you to play with here. Okay, let's move on to the fun part. So now targeting. And targeting is really where Facebook advertisements shine and what sets them apart from other advertisements such as Google AdWords. You can target very, very closely in Facebook ads. So first of all, you can target by location. You can do it by country. I could target Canada. If I do so, the estimated reach of my ad will be, hold on a second here while that information loads up, 14 million people. So there are 14 million people who live in Canada, age 18 or older, and are on Facebook. How about, just for the hell of it, try Scotland. Let's see how many Facebook users there are in Scotland. Apparently it told me that's invalid. Huh. That's strange. Anyway, let's go back to the United States. The estimated reach is going to be huge here, as there are millions and millions of people on Facebook in America, of course. So 120 million people. That is quite a large reach and is not very targeted, so let's break it down a little more. Let's say you just want people in the city of Pasadena, California. your estimated reach is going to be brought down to a few million people, I'd imagine. Right now, we're including cities within 50 miles. But let's say we really just want something targeted very close to Pasadena. Let's bring it down to 10 miles. That's still going to spill over into quite a large metropolitan area. It's not going to be a small reach, but at least it's a lot more targeted than it was when we started. So let's see what that's going to end up as. Sorry, the Facebook's being a little slow today. I apologize. Well, while it's loading, let's talk about some other options here. You can also target by demographic, by age. 13 is the youngest, but you can go say 13 to 15 or just 29 to 30-year-olds. You can choose to target by male or female. You can also choose likes and interests. So any like or interest that someone has stated on their profile. So here we go. For example, there are 23,000 people who live in Pasadena, who live within 10 miles of Pasadena, who are between the ages of 28 and 30. So 23,000 people is quite targeted. Really brought our numbers down. Okay, so back to likes and interests. So anyone who has stated a like or interest on their Facebook page, this is of course a voluntary thing, will show up here. Let's say you want to target people who like the Dodgers. So probably Los Angeles Dodgers. Now it brings down the number to 920 people who are between the ages of 28 and 30, live in Pasadena, or within 10 miles of Pasadena, and like the Los Angeles Dodgers. Keep in mind here that there's probably a lot of other people in this area who like the Los Angeles Dodgers who just didn't put that on their Facebook profile. So these ads are a little bit limiting in that respect. But still, you can get things targeted pretty closely if that is your goal. Now you can also target based on connections on Facebook. So let's get rid of the Dodgers here. Let's say you want to target users who are connected to one of your pages. So connected to the Smarter Social Media fan page. There's 20 people who that applies to. The thing about connections on Facebook is you can only target users who are connected to pages that you are an administrator to. It would be great if you could target, say, if you wanted to reach kids who are really into Disney, if you could target kids who are connected to the Disney fan page, but unfortunately you can't do that. You gotta stick with pages that you're the admin of. So you can go even more advanced demographics. You can target people specifically on their birthday. You can target people who are interested in a certain male or into men or women. You can target based on relationship status. For example, if you wanted to do some, ironic Valentine's Day advertisement, and you would target single people, for example. You can target based on language. So if you're a service that is in Spanish and you only want Spanish speakers to see it and not waste your clicks on English speakers, you can do that. You can target based on education level, based on workplace. So for people who list on their profile what their workplace is, you can target that as well. So for example, Google. There are 20 people who live in the United States within 10 miles of Pasadena between the ages of 28 and 30 who work for Google. So there you go. So as you can see, the demographics are really one of the best parts of Facebook advertising. They're incredibly targeted and allow you to get very granular with your ads. Okay, so now we're going to continue on. Yeah, okay. So they're telling me that my target is too narrow, and I need to target a larger audience. Facebook wants you to be your ads to be served to a fairly large number of people, and 20 is a little ridiculously small, and probably wouldn't be very effective in any case. So let's see. Let's bring our estimated reach up and continue, and this should be good enough for Facebook. Still too small? No, that's strange. That shouldn't be too small. Here we go. It allowed us this time. All right, now we get to the campaigns, pricing, and scheduling section. So this is here where we choose how much we want to pay per day for the ads and how the pricing structure is going to work. Now, there are two pricing structures for Facebook ads. CPC, which stands for cost per clicks, or here they're calling it pay for clicks, or CPM, which means cost per impression, or cost per 1,000 impressions, actually. Typically with Facebook ads, you want to stick with cost per click. This means you only pay when someone actually clicks on your ad and is brought to the URL that you specified when we were creating the ad. The reason for this is that Facebook ads typically have a very, very low click-through rate, much lower than Google AdWords. The reason for that is that people don't come to Facebook to look at ads. They come to interact with their friends. This doesn't mean they don't notice the ads, but it means they're not looking for them, and they're a lot less likely to click on them than they are to click on a Google ad when they're specifically searching for information rather than just hanging around using Facebook. So we suggest using a cost per click. You only pay when someone actually clicks on your ad, and this also means that typically you're going to get many, many thousands of impressions, because your ad will be served thousands of times, and you aren't charged for it. You're only charged when someone actually clicks on the ad. Alright, so over here you have your campaign name, and you want to change your campaign name just to keep things organized in case you have multiple campaigns. In this case, we're calling it test campaign. You also have a daily budget, and this is the amount of money that you want to devote to your Facebook campaign every day. And you can set it very precisely. In this case, it's at 50, and this means that no matter what, Facebook will only charge me up to $50 per day for my ads. It's possible they could charge me less, because remember, if you're on a cost per click model, you're only charged every time someone actually clicks on your ad. So, for example, if you're bidding 1.13 for your ads, which means that you're bidding $1.13 for every time someone bids on your ad, then you have a daily budget of $50. Then they estimate you'll get 45 clicks per day. You could get more than 45 clicks per day, but if you set your daily budget at 50, once you hit 45 clicks, Facebook will stop showing your ad because you've reached the limit of your budget.